There are seasons in a man's life when everything appears lost, when failure seems final, and every voice whispers that it is over. But I tell you, it is in this darkness that destiny begins its work. You are not at the end. You are at the turning point. There is a law that governs all of life. Nothing is ever destroyed. It is merely prepared for transformation. The soil must break before the seed can grow. The man must fall before he can rise. And right now, life is breaking you open only so that it can rebuild you stronger. You have been measured, tested, and stretched beyond your limit, but you have not been defeated. The pain you feel is not punishment. It is instruction. Every disappointment, every closed door, every sleepless night has been chiseling you into the kind of man who cannot be broken again. When the world turned its back, when you were left alone with your doubt, a new voice was born inside you, a voice that said, "Not yet." That voice is the sound of your comeback. Every man who ever rose to greatness, Ford, Edison, Carnegie, met the same moment you face right now, a moment when the world said quit and their soul said rise. This is that moment for you. You do not need permission. You do not need applause. You need only a decision to stand up again. For a single thought of defiance held with faith is stronger than 1,000 regrets. Your future is not waiting for better conditions. It is waiting for a better command. Every setback has become a springboard, every wound a weapon, every delay a hidden preparation. The time you thought was wasted was the training ground for the life you asked for. Your comeback will not announce itself with fanfare. It will arrive quietly through your persistence, through your refusal to surrender, through the fire that now burns behind your eyes. And when it comes, the world will not believe how quickly you rose because they never saw how deeply you prepared. Now understand this. Before a man can rebuild his world, he must first rebuild his mind. The mind is the mold of life. Change the mold and the form must follow. Everything you see around you was first an idea in someone's mind. The bridge was once a thought. The city was once a dream. If your world has collapsed, it can be rebuilt the same way it was first created, by deliberate thought. No man rises higher than his dominant thought. It matters not how strong his body, nor how vast his opportunity. If he carries defeat in his mind, life will obediently produce defeat. But if he plants faith and determination within, circumstance will bend itself to his purpose. Each morning before you meet the world, pause for 5 minutes of deliberate command. Sit upright and speak with conviction to your inner self. I am the master of my thought. I command my mind to hold only what serves my purpose. I release all fear, for faith alone shall direct me this day. Speak these words not as hope, but as order. You are training the subconscious mind, which obeys authority, not pleading. The words you repeat daily, the images you hold, the emotions you permit, these are the blueprints of your life. The subconscious mind does not reason, it receives. If you feed it doubt, it will obey by creating delay. If you feed it faith, it will obey by creating opportunity. Therefore, see to it that only right material is supplied. Each morning, picture your life rebuilt. See yourself standing calm, strong, prosperous, at peace. Do not wish for it. See it. Act as though it were already formed in the unseen. The more vivid your image, the faster the subconscious obeys. Say often, I command my thoughts. My faith rebuilds my life. My mind is my kingdom. Say it until it no longer feels like repetition, but revelation. Now that your mind is rebuilt, the time has come to awaken the force that carries dreams into reality, your burning desire. Faith gives direction, but desire gives it life. Faith builds the plan, but desire provides the fire that moves the plan into action. Without desire, the finest mind lies dormant. A man may be stripped of wealth, comfort, or opportunity, but if he still possesses desire, he is still rich. For nothing can destroy a man whose heart burns with purpose. When Henry Ford first conceived the idea of building a motor for the common man, he was surrounded by mockery. The world said it cannot be done. He smiled, for his desire had already accomplished it in his mind. When forced into bankruptcy, he did not see failure. He saw a foundation. Thomas Edison worked through night after night, hands trembling, eyes weary, yet his mind fixed on light. When asked why he continued after thousands of failures, he replied, "I have not failed. I have discovered thousands of ways that will not work." That is burning desire. It does not measure time. It measures progress. Take your pen and write what you will become within the next year. Not what you might become, but what you will. Write it clearly, concisely, and with certainty. Then read it every morning before you begin your work and every night before you sleep. Declare, by the end of this year, I will have restored my confidence, regained my strength, and established prosperity through my definite purpose. I will not retreat until it is accomplished. Desire must be definite. A scattered desire produces scattered results. The mind must hold one central image, one clear goal, and feed it with daily attention. Every time you allow doubt to linger, the flame of desire flickers. Every time you reaffirm your purpose, it brightens. Protect your flame as you would guard a precious lamp in the wind. But understand this law. Desire without persistence is a flame without fuel. There comes a time, even for the man of burning desire, when the flame flickers, when fatigue whispers, when faith feels distant. It is in this silent space between planting and harvest that destiny performs its greatest test. For desire ignites the beginning, but only endurance completes the journey. Discipline is the invisible bridge between intention and reality. Every empire ever built, every invention ever born, every triumph ever achieved was the offspring of discipline held through uncertainty. You must learn to walk steadily when others run frantically. You must continue to sow while others despair that the soil is barren. The law rewards the man who keeps rhythm when the world around him breaks tempo. Choose 1 hour each day that belongs to your comeback. Guard it as a sacred appointment with destiny. During that hour, shut out all distraction. Write your goals, study your principles, speak your affirmations aloud as a soldier recites his oath. Even if you achieve nothing else, this one habit will carry you through every storm. The man who owns one consistent hour eventually owns his life. Say to yourself, I will persist until I prevail. I will obey my purpose until life obeys me. Say it when you feel strong. Say it when you feel weak. Words repeated in weakness grow roots that hold you when strength returns. Discipline is not about what you do when inspired. It is what you continue when inspiration sleeps. The man who trains his thought daily becomes invincible. He may lose position, but not purpose. He may lose wealth, but not will. And so long as he thinks in harmony with truth, his recovery is inevitable. Discipline gives the mind no room for fear. A year of persistence can accomplish what 10 years of indecision cannot. Now comes the moment when the inner battle has been won, when the storm within has been silenced. This is the point of dominion. Circumstance is not a jailer, but a mirror. It does not imprison you. It reflects your inner order or confusion. When a man is ruled by fear, his environment becomes threatening. When he is ruled by faith, the same world becomes obedient. The weak believe that life happens to them. The wise know that life happens through them. You are not a leaf carried by the wind. You are the wind itself. If you do not like the direction of your world, change the direction of your thought. Mastery of circumstance begins with the mastery of reaction. The man who can delay his reaction controls his destiny. He observes rather than obeys. He studies rather than surrenders. Each delay between impulse and action is a moment of power. The disciplined thinker no longer asks, what will happen to me, but what can I cause to happen? That question alone shifts him from victim to victor. Speak less, but when you speak, mean every word. The tongue of the calm man builds. The tongue of the anxious man destroys. Speak prosperity, and the subconscious obeys. Words are seeds. Plant only what you wish to reap. Do not mistake calmness for weakness. It is the highest form of strength. The man of composure does not lose time in reaction. He converts adversity into instruction and opposition into opportunity. When you become immovable within, no force can overthrow you without. Circumstance bends to the one who remains firm in principle. There comes a moment when a man has climbed through struggle, endured through silence, mastered his thought, and he stands at last in quiet triumph. Around him, life appears as it was before, the same streets, the same faces, the same tasks. Yet nothing is the same, for the man himself has changed. A true comeback does not end with recovery of fortune. It ends with the renewal of purpose. The wisdom forged in struggle is not for pride, but for service. The man who has risen from the depths holds within him the seed of a philosophy that can outlive his flesh. It is his sacred duty to plant that seed through thought, word, and example. Every great man of history who rose from failure left behind more than accomplishment. He left a principle. Ford built not only machines, but belief in efficiency. Carnegie built not only steel, but opportunity through knowledge. Lincoln built not only unity, but faith and moral courage. Each turned personal struggle into a guiding philosophy that shaped generations after them. Begin by recording your lessons. Each evening, write not the events of the day, but the principles discovered within them, what tested you, what strengthened you. Over time, these reflections will form a personal philosophy, the map of your inner journey. Someday, another may find that map and use it to climb from their own valley. Every time you choose patience instead of reaction, someone learns from you. Every time you act with honesty instead of haste, someone sees proof of law. You may never know the full extent of your influence, but you will feel it in the quiet respect of those around you. Return to this message whenever your faith weakens. Each time you do, you will feel its truth more deeply, for each time you will have become more. This is the law of growth. Repetition reveals revelation. The student who returns daily becomes the master. You were tested and you triumphed. You were broken and you built. You were lost and you found the path within. You have lived the greatest law of all, that no defeat is final until you accept it, and no victory fades when you live by it. You are the legacy of your own comeback, and through your calm, your faith, and your example, others will find their rise.